'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself anymore. I guess I'm just not interesting. I have no personality. I met a guy with cancer, and he felt sorry for me. I've never been a social guy. I'm always making children cry. I guess that's just the way it's meant to be. Help me make it out of bed, 'cause I am scared and sad. Help me make it through the day, 'cause there's nothing out there for me anymore. 'Cause I'm always coming in last place and getting dirt kicked in my face, and everyone pushes ahead of me, and no one stops to care. And I curse the gods each day in vain for giving me this life of pain, when all I really need's a little hug. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself. Holy guacamole, holy guacamole, I just got hit by a car, and you're the one who swept me off my feet, pushed me in the street, left me in a coma. Guacamole me, guacamole you, I just got busted for drugs, and you're the one who sold me to the Fed, leaving me for dead, played me for a fool. Making guacamole, mix it in the bowlie, I just got mauled by a bear, and you're the one who covered me with honey. Thought it was so funny, how could you be so cruel? Take it. That's good. Captain Guacamole, Officer Stromboli, I just got shot in the face, and you're the one who had the smoking gun. Love is just no fun whenever I'm with you. Guacamole coma, Yuma, Arizona, I just got hepatitis C, and you were standing there with a syringe. How it makes me cringe, breaks my heart in two. Holy guacamole, lumpy, green and rolly, baby, I wouldn't change a thing. 'Cause even though I'm down upon my luck, I don't give a fuck, long as I have you.
Check. Testing the mic. Test. 1, 2. Help! Check. 1. Check. Checking the mic. Test. Test. Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be teaching you how to make the fluffy Japanese souffle pancakes. Sometimes in some parts of the world they're referred to as the fluffy Japanese pancake souffles, and in still other parts of the world I've seen that they're called the Japanese fluffy pancakes souffles or Japanese pancake fluffy souffles. Saguaro U says the kitchen looks lovely today. Thank you, but I can't take full credit. I actually have to give credit to this background from one of our resident photographers, Lisi, who took this picture at the beach. I believe Lisi dwells somewhere in the American Midwest, so I'm thinking maybe this is somewhere around there. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's very nice. It's very pleasant. It feels very peaceful. And we need peace in our lives. Another thing that I've been doing is putting whipped cream into my coffee in the mornings instead of sugar or cream. It kind of fulfills both purposes, and it gives you sort of a childlike pleasure that I think a lot of us long for. Sort of reminds us of going out to ice cream. Okay. Utvol14 says, I am not Japanese. Is it legal for me to make this? I don't want black helicopters circling my house when I tried to make French bread as an American. Oh yeah, no, There's nothing wrong with that. This is basically just paying tribute to different cultures. I think that in the culinary world, it's one of the most wonderful parts about it is that we all get to share our culture with others. And for example, you mentioned French bread. You tried to make French bread as an American. I guess that you probably tried to make a baguette. I don't know how that would work, actually. French toast, I think it's important for everybody to know, is not a actual French food. So I think that's where it becomes problematic. But we have a resident Frenchman here, Boursenvin, who says France will attack. Okay. And Fat Hunger says all are Boursen, or we are Boursen. A lot of stuff still going on the Henry's. Well, there's 2 Instagrams. If you want to follow Henry's Kitchen Official for exclusively Henry's Kitchen material, you can go to at Henry's Kitchen Official on Instagram. And then I have a Henry Phillips one, which is just at Henlips. And I posted a couple of clips from the stream recently, and people are really going crazy in the comments. I think a lot of people aren't familiar with what we do here. And it's interesting to see. But anyway, we have a couple of thank yous here. I want to just get those out of the way. I want to thank Munch Hotel for resubscribing at the Tier 1 level for 20 months and saying, wow, what a long, strange journey it's been. It really has been a strange sort of an adventure. The Chunks has resubscribed for 6 months. Wow, 6 months already. Time seems to slow down when I'm in the kitchen, but it flies when I'm watching you. Thanks for the delicious meals. Thank you, The Chunks, and good to see you on here. Casey 2.0 resubscribed for 17 months and says, here's to at least 17 more. That is great. That's very optimistic. I hope so. Can you imagine, what are we going to be doing 17 months from now? Are we still going to be doing the same thing? Or will the show suddenly have an audience of 300 people and resemble something more like a late night show like The Tonight Show or something? I don't know. The future is filled with possibilities, and that's what makes it exciting. Thank you, Casey 2.0. Mochi's Nirvana gifted 5 Tier 1 subs. Mochi's Nirvana, one of our VIP members. That's very generous of you. Thank you, Mochi's Nirvana, for all that you do. And Midnight Faded shared 100 bits and says, my boss asked me why at this time on Wednesdays I underperform. Henry, what should I do? I must watch the stream. I don't want it to interfere with your work because we don't want to lose productivity in terms of the net revenue, or the gross domestic product, I guess you would call it. So I don't want to have people out there shirking their work duties during the weekday just to watch this stream. You should be cooking at night, but maybe one way that you could do it is put the subtitles on. I don't know if Twitch has a subtitle option, but watch it with no volume. And only have it in the background, maybe on your phone, on a little stand or something while you're working at your computer or whatever you do. I assume you're working on a computer. For all I know, you could be working at the Cold Stone Ice Creamery. Okay, Nella tipped $1 and says the. Thank you, Nella. Thanks for saying the, and thanks for tipping $1. It sounds like that's maybe the beginning of a long sentence. A long, very expensive sentence. And let's see what else we've got here. Fat Hunger cheered 420 bits. Very kind of you, Fat Hunger. And Ouija Board, B-O-R-E-D, resubscribed for 10 months. And Britta Bordeaux cheered 25 bits. Thank you so much, Britta Bordeaux. Good to see you on here, on this platform. I've known you on various platforms and in real life for many years. So it's good to see you on yet another platform. Dark Ages resubscribed, our resident photographer, for 16 months. Amazing. And Mochi's Nirvana resubscribed at Tier 3 for 25 months. And that brings us up to date. Oh, Calamari Juice Cup has resubscribed for 3 months and says, hi, Henry any good pickled cucumber recipes. I can't find them anymore. We've never made pickled cucumbers here, and I'm not sure what that would look like. It sounds kind of odd to me to picture a cucumber being pickled. I don't know what you would do with it, what purpose it would serve in culinary usage. Exmortex says, some say cucumbers taste better when they're pickled. I can't imagine that. It sounds kind of oddly disgusting to me. But anyway. Okay, Jay Bodman says, Henry, when I remembered that you will be streaming in 3 minutes, I jumped out of bed and rushed to the computer. Almost missed the stream in my slumber. Well, welcome. I don't want to let you down. We've got some exciting stuff going on here this morning. And I hope, I assume it's this morning for you because you got out of bed. But then again, you could be in New York and it could be 2 p.m. and that's when you get out of bed. Or you could be in Europe and it could be 9 p.m. and that's when you get out of bed. I know we get a lot of pictures from Kala that are taken at midnight and have complete broad daylight. So maybe you're in Finland. Okay. What is this? Nella donated $1 and says, have you ever been to the fast food restaurant called Wendy's? I have indeed. I'm a big fan of the old-fashioned burger they have and also the classic burger. The problem is I get them mixed up. So the best thing to do is just to get, just say I want a burger half classic, half old-fashioned, and a Baconator on the side. But the thing that pisses me off about Wendy's is they don't have breakfast. Maybe they've added it and I didn't know. I think I remember seeing a headline in my peripheral vision that Wendy's added breakfast, but that's too late. So many times it was 10:30 a.m. and I was showing up to Wendy's in the drive-thru wanting a breakfast, or it was 10 a.m. or whatever, and they're like, no, we just have burgers. And I'm like, who the fuck... Excuse my language, but who the fuck is going to eat a burger at 10 a.m.? That's just too much. You got to eat eggs and bacon with hash browns and coffee. There's all kinds of buzzing and shit going on here. Oh, okay. I have various computers that are making noises. All right. Gen X VR cheered 7 bits. Thank you, Gen X VR. And we've got some music that we're going to be playing here, so I'd like to do that. First, though, very scary for a lot of my friends that live here in the Southern California area, especially near Pasadena. 2 days in a row, we had an earthquake. Maybe 2 days with 1 day in between, but very close together. We had an earthquake in Pasadena. It was 2 miles southwest of South Pasadena, so south Pasadena. And I think the first one was 2.8, but the second one was 3.1. So if you're one of those people that looks at patterns, today, maybe during the stream, we're going to have like a 3.5 earthquake. And I don't like the trend that we're on. But I do have some footage of my cat roast beef during the first earthquake. Let's see if I can pull that up. This is the roast beef cam. Okay. So, fortunately everything's okay now, but I don't know what's going to happen when these things start getting bigger. Munch Hotel cheered 200 bits for beef. Thank you. Thanks, Munch Hotel. And the viewership always goes up when we show roast beef, and it did indeed. We've got 227 viewers. That is awesome. Thanks, everybody. And I know there's questions, like, for example, Parasitosis says, my kid wants to go to the farmer's market, but I fear someone may try to fight them. Any suggestions? Should I just tell them that the zoo is the farmer's market? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Just take them to the zoo and tell them that that's the farmer's market, and you're not really going to be wrong 100%. So, okay, Britta Bardot. cheered 100 bits. Thank you very much, Britta. And we've got other questions here. Everyone type Forson says, was that your burner phone, Henry? Yeah, that was the burner. But I'm on a thread, even on my burner. Hidewhite2 says, what if you added bacon and eggs to the hamburger? You could, but they don't have that stuff there. Well, you have bacon. I guess you could get a burger without the burger and a Baconator and just have the bacon, and you'd be having half of a breakfast. Kairosa, is California finally going to succumb to the fault line? I don't know. That was a statement that I remember hearing a lot back in the 80s. I think they called it California Bay or something like that, where it was going to be a big chunk of California was going to fall off into the ocean, which very well could happen. But seismologists say that if it does happen, it wouldn't be for many tens of thousands of years, which is unfortunate. The chunk says Arizona Bay. Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, well, that wouldn't happen. It would still be partially California, because the fault line goes through California, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be geographically incorrect. But California Bay would be redundant anyway, because it already is California. But it's not happening soon enough. Borsenvin tipped $5 and says, how do you make gold soup? You just add 24 carrots. Okay? So if anybody missed that, Borsenvin says, how do you make gold soup? Gold. You add 24 carrots. So this is the kind of levity that we enjoy here. I don't like it when the jokes take a dark turn into talking about things like shit or whatever. I like to keep things more or less family friendly, and I appreciate that, Borsenvin. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go ahead and do a song, shall we? We always start our songs by putting on the reverb. Check, test. 1, 2. Do we have reverb, everybody? Quanto says, Henry, it's been 22 minutes and there hasn't been a single computer fart or a D's nuts joke. You're absolutely right, and I'm very happy for that. The D's nuts jokes we've had a lot of, and you can see that on the Instagram. Computer fart, I don't know that we've had as many of those.
That was a cheeky one. Try asking me for a rotten fart.
Computer, volume 10.
That was a cheeky one. Try asking me for a rotten fart. Or say random.
Yeah, all right. It looks like I might have been sort of victimized here by some shenanigans. There's a command.
That was a long and squeaky one.
There's a command that you can do that triggers farting from the Alexa, and I guess in Quanto's question, it was sort of.
Wet and squeaky one. Try asking me for a quick
Quanto's question cleverly had the trigger word built into his question, so with me repeating
Not
it.
playing. Mr. Farts. Taco farts.
Computer, stop. I don't want to get in trouble with copyright.
More fun. Try saying enable mini games.
Yeah. Those aren't the types of games that I like to play. Okay, JB Modman says the reverb enhances the computer experience. It sure does. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our song. Pancake King resubscribed for 13 months and says, hi everyone. Hi, right back to you, Pancake. And I'm glad you're here today because we're going to be making pancakes of sorts. So let's go ahead and we have a birthday. The birthday is for M. Cariotti. So we're going to do the birthday song. Jose Suicidio's Nobody's Birthday for M. Cariotti. Also Michelle C. on the Discord. Caffeinated Cat says the office is here. Thank you, Caffeinated Cat. For anybody wondering, Caffeinated Cat watches the show from the office with the colleagues, and I imagine you guys all in a break room with a computer screen, and that's very surreal to me, because when I worked at Bank of America back in the early 90s, we weren't allowed to do anything except for stare at the inside wall of our cubicle. So things have changed in the corporate world. It's nobody's birthday, no need for candles on the cake. It's nobody's birthday, it was just a big mistake. Uh-oh, it's nobody's birthday. Don't invite anybody, 'cause it's nobody's birthday but M. Cariotti. Whew. It's nobody's birthday but M. Cariotti, aka Michelle C. on Discord. Happy birthday. Awesome. Happy birthday to you, M. Cariotti, and thanks for all of your contributions here. Tomorrow is the message here is tomorrow I'm celebrating the 24th anniversary of my 29th birthday. That is very close to about where my birthday is. Don't forget, this is just from me to you, because we are both in a similar age range. Age is just a number, and the higher that number is, the older you are, and the closer you are to the great beyond. But a lot of people don't like birthdays because they claim that they're sort of commemorating a reminder of our aging process or whatever, but I very much disagree. I think that we should celebrate birthdays in order to take the edge off of the incredible weight of the thought of getting older. But anyway, I'm just rambling. Sometimes I just say shit, but Michelle C., M. Cariotti, we really appreciate you here, and happy birthday, and I hope you're having a good one. Celebrate. It's going to be fun. Okay. Dazzlecat says, if we watch at the office, are the Twitch costs tax deductible? I'm not sure, and that brings up a point. When I see Dazzlecat, I'm reminded that I finally have booked a show in the Chicago area. So I want everybody to know that it's officially being announced right now. You can get tickets at the at henryphillips.com/tour. It's the first time I've played in the Chicago. It's in the suburb of Chicago, Naperville, Illinois, and hopefully we'll get everybody out there and have a lot of fun like we did before. We have an alert that just came in through the pike here. Wow, okay, Rydriggs rated our channel with 19 viewers. Thank you very much, Rydriggs. Very appreciative. You've boosted our numbers, and I appreciate that. Also want to thank Hacklin for resubscribing for 25 months. It says here, Riviera Dom Jao is a settlement in the southeast of the island of Mayo in Cape Verde. It lies near the coast 4 kilometers east of Barreiro and 10 kilometers east of Porto Ingles. As of the 2010 census, its population was 203. Thank you, Hacklin. And since you resubscribed for 25 months, I felt obligated to read whatever shit you had written underneath your alert there. So I don't know if you copied and pasted something from Wikipedia, or if there's something going on that I'm supposed to know about and I don't. But either way, I'm very appreciative. Thank you, Hacklin. Thanks again, Rydriggs. And Borsenvin gifted a tier 1 sub to Gurren Lion. It's one of those weird sentences that I wouldn't have known what it meant 2 years ago, but I do now. Essiditis resubscribed for 15 months. Thank you very much. And thanks to Borsenvin for your sub gift. Okay, we're really doing it. JB Modman says, Henry, did you try mayo on pizza? No, that doesn't sound good to me. Dark Ages says, no eclipse this time, so I bet Elise and I will make it out. Maybe we'll take some photos. Oh, you're talking about the Chicago date. Yeah. Come on down. Let's get the users out. It seems like we have a high concentration of users in the Chicago area. So once again, I will be performing, oh shoot, what is the date? It's September the 21st, a couple months from now. And if you want to get tickets, it's just going to be at a bar in Naperville, Illinois, and you can get tickets at henryphillips.com/tour. So, woo! I'm excited. Okay, what is this? I'm getting something that says you need to restart your computer, but I'm not going to do that because I'm in the middle of a stream. That's ridiculous. Okay, so thanks, Lacey, for this awesome background picture. I'm going to go ahead and change it up because we have a lot more. Kala is up there in Finland and gave us this one, which is a public library. Oh my goodness. I'm very jealous of how your country or your municipalities or whatever it is tend to invest a lot into your library system. I worked at the library in my hometown when I guess I was a teenager, but if I would have walked into work and seen something like this, I probably would have shit my pants or my stonewashed jeans, as it were, back in those days. Dark Ages says, oh, okay, wait, I already read that one. Calicus, love libraries, and Henry's my favorite ex-library worker. Oh, yeah. I used to spend plenty of time going way back into the nonfiction section where nobody ever went, and I used to like to smell the new books. They call me trouble, says the older you get, the more you relate to librarians. This is true. The librarians in our library back in the 80s were all, I guess you'd say, women in their late 30s, and there was a fire station right next door to the library, and every now and then one of the firemen would come in and say, hey, I heard that there's something wrong with the pipes or something like that, and it really did look like the beginning of a porno movie. The Chunks says, the only thing better than new book smell is old book smell. Am I right? You are right, the Chunks. Okay, let's go ahead and do a song here. We have a request for, I was thinking we'd make it a theme this morning. John Prine. Amazing songwriter. So many great songs. If you're not into him, get into him. I didn't get as into him as I probably should have until, unfortunately, he passed away right in the beginning of COVID. I think he was one of the early, I think he was a COVID casualty. He might have just been, it might have been a coincidence, but either way, I went on a listening spree, and he's just got such incredible music. Mega Gildy says the only smell better than old book smell is the smell of a Henry Phillips show in Naperville, Illinois. Yeah, it's going to smell like beer because it is a bar and it is a Henry Phillips show, but it's going to be a blast. So let's do this song that was requested to us by Jolly Austin. As a matter of fact, and thank you again, Calla, for this awesome background. Jolly Austin gives us a picture this time around. Yeah. I think Jolly Austin is camping somewhere. I'm not sure where. Maybe in Austin, Texas. It looks like a jolly good time. So we're going to use your picture, and we're going to sing your song here on Henry's Kitchen. So let me pull up the song, It's a great song. I had never heard it before, but it's from John Prine. And it's called Dear Abby. And I've already forgotten it, but I'm going to try to do it. Sounds a little bit like another song, so here. I'm going to do it in the Jose Suicidio sort of chord pattern. Dear Abby, my feet are too long. My hair's falling out and my rights are all wrong. My friends, they all tell me that I've no friends at all. Won't you write me a letter? Won't you give me a call? Signed, Bewildered. Bewildered, you have no complaint. You are what you are and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. Okay, next verse. Dear Abby, my fountain pen leaks. I'm fucking this up pretty bad. My wife hollers at me and my kids are all freaks. Every side I get up is the wrong side of bed. If it weren't so expensive, I'd wish I were dead. Signed, Unhappy. And this is Dear Abby's response. Unhappy, you have no complaint. You are what you are and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. And then this is verse 3. Dear Abby, you won't believe this, but my stomach makes noises whenever I kiss. My girlfriend tells me it's all in my head, but my stomach tells me to write you instead. Signed, Noisemaker, you have no complaint. You are what you are and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. Alright, last verse here. Dear Abby, well, I never thought that me and my girlfriend would ever get caught. We were sitting in the backseat just shooting the breeze, with her hair up in curlers and her pants to her knees. Signed, Just married. Just married, you have no complaint. You are what you are and you ain't what you ain't. So listen up, Buster, and listen up good. Stop wishing for bad luck and knocking on wood. Signed, Dear Abby. I did it too low, I think. There were some problems there. Matt Glad says, oh no, look out behind you. I think it's the Highwayman. Is the Highwayman in the background here? Or is that a lost verse of the song? Oh, look out behind you. I think it's the Highwayman. Straw Purry says, maybe one day you could have some songs relating to the theme of the food you're cooking. Either ones that mention the food itself or something related to the origin, etc. That's not a bad idea. Japanese pancakes and fluffy souffle. That's the food that we're making today. If I can ever get done with the songwriting segment, too bad there's nothing that rhymes with segment. Okay, so that's a work in progress. Caffeinated Kath. Henry, the office says the blue shirt looks great on you, matches your eyes. Wow, that's very positive. Thank you very much. As we get older, we tend to have more insecurities about our looks, and things do happen. Our ears get bigger and our head gets smaller in some places, but wider in others. And also, hair starts to go away, and then you start getting weird other things happening. And what were we talking about? Oh, Hacklin says, I hope you're coming to TwitchCon in Rotterdam this year. See you there. Boy, that sounds awesome. That sounds far, though. It sounds like it would require some serious air travel for me to go to Rotterdam. JB Modman, I have a guitar of my own. Where did you learn to play so well? Thank you very much. I've been playing since I was 8 years old. And it's one of those things that when you learned it when you were young, it's just sort of always there. You can learn it when you're older. It's just things take a little bit more time. And mostly, the most important thing is you want to try to do it so many times until it starts becoming relaxed and feeling like you're putting on an old pair of shoes or an old baseball mitt. And it takes a little while to get that, especially if you're older. But it's not impossible, so I suggest it. Okay. Everyone type Forson says, hey Henry, today I was out walking with my kids. I saw a sign that says, watch for children. And I thought, that sounds like a fair trade. Okay, no, everyone type Forson, I think what happened here was you thought that they meant they were going to give you a watch in exchange for children, or you could give a watch and then receive children, but that's not what they meant. They were using watch as a verb, so that's very important. Speaking of verb, do we still have the verb? Hello, hello, check, help, help. Okay, let's go ahead and do another John Prine song, and then let's make Japanese souffles. This is a song that I was only made familiar with a couple of months ago when I was in Key West. But it's really grown on me. And people out there that are fans of John Prine, I think Borsenvin's a fan of John Prine, if I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, then Borsenvin's not a fan of John Prine. But I know that the French tend to like singer-songwriters, and he's definitely a singer-songwriter par excellence, to use a French borrowed phrase. Okay. Dark Ages, gives us a pretty cool, this is another Meow Wolf. This one's from Denver. Very cool, Dark Ages. Thanks for sharing this picture of the ceiling at Meow Wolf in Denver. Very, very awesome. Let's go ahead and do our next song. I think this will be a good background for this song. It's a song called Souvenirs by John Prine. All the snow is turned to water. Christmas days have come and gone. Broken toys and faded colors are all that's left to linger on. I hate graveyards and old pawn shops, for they always bring me tears. Can't forgive the way they rob me of my childhood souvenirs. Memories, they can't be bought, they can't be won at carnivals for free. Well, it took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. I want to make it clear to everybody that botan is not a real word, unless you're a folk singer. Broken hearts and dirty windows make life difficult to see. That's why last night and this morning always look the same to me. And I hate reading old love letters, for they always bring me tears. Can't forget the way they robbed me of my sweetheart's souvenirs. Memories, they can't be bought, they can't be won at carnivals for free. Man, it took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. Well, it took me years to get those souvenirs, and I don't know how they slipped away from me. Okay. It's a John Prine morning. We're paying tribute several years after he passed away, but he was pretty fantastic. Now, am I right that he was from Chicago? Please correct me if I'm not right about that. Computer, where was John Prine from?
John Prine was born in Maywood, Illinois in 1946.
Well, computer, did John Prine live in Chicago?
Yes, John Prine lived in Chicago. He was born and raised in the city, and it was his home for most of his life. Prine's music was influenced by the Chicago blues scene, and he often performed in clubs and venues in the city.
Did anybody catch that I asked where he was born, and they said Maywood, Illinois, and then when I asked if he spent time in Chicago, she said he was born and raised in the city, which I assume was Chicago. It's so difficult to get reliable information anymore now that we've all become slaves to the machines. JSBX fan John Doe from X was also born in Illinois. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. I thought that X was a band from New York for some reason, but that's really cool. Hank Boozle says the city, Illinois. Oh, so he was from Illinois, Illinois. Tank sends us this one on the Discord. Says his name is Pluble. All right. Thank you, Tank, for that. And there's another caption that says he's a single unicelled organism. I don't think so. It looks like he's got many more cells than that, but he looks like he's got only one eye. So maybe he's a single-eyed. Phaedrus says that this was actually Pee Wee Herman's kitchen. In which case, wow, go Pee Wee Herman. This is a pretty awesome kitchen. I assume it's in California. I think he lived here in California somewhere. Paul Rubens. All right, everybody. Now we're getting off a little bit. Let me put the guitar down for now. We've got a great deal of work to do. Cloud Puffer says, is Illinois any more fun than being in Delaware? I think every place is fun depending on the company that you keep. Okay. JSBX fan says, getting off on a Wednesday afternoon. Yep, we are, unless you're referring to a song by John Denver that was a lesser known. Boss 3K, I'm pretty sure being in Illinois is a punishment. Ooh, shots fired. Shots fired. But it depends. If you're at a Super 8 during the eclipse in Peoria, Illinois, and they've jacked up the price to $1,000 because you have to perform at the comedy club, it can be punishing. But when you're out there performing in front of users, it can be intoxicating. And Chicago is one of the best damn cities in the world. All right, darn good stuff. Has anyone said Henry is the Super Dave of cooking? Is this a common sentiment? That's a nice compliment. I love Super Dave, and I did get to meet him about, I guess, a couple months before he passed away. I was very happy that I was able to meet him. I'm very unhappy that he passed away afterward, but yeah, he's a part of comedy history, and that's very nice of you to say. James Lebronsky, ooh, I can't wait to see these pancakes. Yeah, let's get this going. Everyone type Force and says, can I get John Prine on Amazon Prime next day delivery? I would imagine you probably could. Okay. Perp Terp resubscribed for 8 months. Thank you, Perp Terp and Essity Tis. And that catches us up. So, without further ado, I'm going to just show just a little more ado here. I'm going to show... oh, Pug Lady. Pug Lady sends us this one from Jerome, Arizona. And I've been to Jerome, Arizona, and that is a cool place. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's the sort of old town that was built into the mountain, and it's fantastic. I went to the bar that's perched way up on the top of the mountain there, where you can see not only all the rest of the city, but you can see the landscape, and it's quite awesome. So thanks, Pug Lady, for sending us a picture of what appears to be sunset or sunrise at Jerome. Husky Boyo says Maynard lives there. Oh, cool. Yeah. Pug Lady 2600. So you got married in Jerome. That's awesome. Do you know the bar that I'm talking about? That it's on the top street? And you look out and you can see everything. It was fantastic. This is sunrise. Okay, cool. Pug Lady 2600 says, yes, been to his house. Wow. That's very cool. Matt Glad says, is it the bar with the saddle seats? Yeah, I think so. If you get a chance, if you're ever in that area, I guess that would be considered, what, northern Arizona? Near Sedona, Flagstaff, Grand Canyon, all that stuff. You absolutely have to go to Jerome as well. All right, Dubs NH reminds us that the river bison lives there, and that's code to say the reverb is on. Kathy says, I would rather be in Mogadishu than Arizona. I've never heard of Mogadishu, but I should. Computer, where's Mogadishu? Yeah, computer's never heard of it either. Computer, where is Mogadishu?
Mogadishu is the capital city of Somalia, located in the southwestern part of the country on the Indian Ocean coast. Mogadishu is the largest city in Somalia and the seat of the Somali government. It is situated in the Bonadir administrative region, which also includes the country's coastal lowlands. Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Yeah, I don't know that I would necessarily want to... Is that where the movie Captain Phillips took place? Because I've seen that.
Thanks for your feedback.
All right. Cloud Puffer says, yeah, when your shirt matches the sky, you're doing something right. Yeah, it really does match. JB Modman, Henry, if your credit card number was how much money you have, how much money would you have? I guess I would have, well, this is fun. Let me try it. 7,483,187,200,050 or something like that. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, Jaffe resubscribed for 20 months and says, got my ticket for Park City, Utah. That's great. Well, we got a show coming up in Park City, Utah as well. Thanks, Jaffe. Please come up and say hi afterward. B-Dog tipped $5 and says, on a side note, since we're a-dueling a lot, my favorite Prince song is All the Best. Yeah, well, you know what? We did that song here once, and that should be archived somewhere if you ever want to check it out. I'll do it again, though, because I'm a full-on John Prine fan at this point. So, all right, everybody. I think that's it. Thanks again, Pug Lady 2600, for giving us an awesome picture of Jerome and reminding me of how great of a place that was. And let's go ahead now. Dark Ages says, what are the chances we can get a Henry's Kitchen user meetup at Galloping Ghost Arcade after or before the show? Are you talking about in Chicago? I don't think it's that far, although I'd have to look it up. That would be great for the Discord. Maybe you can organize that. Okay. All right, everybody. We've had a lot of fun, but it's time, unfortunately, to do the work. And by the work, I mean the kitchen. Here we go. I'm not looking forward to this any more than you are, but it's why we're here. It's what we do. Dooza resubscribed for 20 months. Thank you, Dooza. Saguaro Oo says, can we have just more ado instead? No. We came here to cook. We have to do it. It's like Julius Caesar said upon his decisive victory. We conquered, we cooked, we came. Or something like that. Okay. So let's take a look at what we're going to be making here. This is the Japanese souffle pancake, or some people say Japanese pancake souffle. Some people say pancake Japanese souffle. Some people say souffle pancake Japanese. It depends on what part of the world that you're in. Stankbot2 subscribed. Thank you, Stankbot2. Computer, how much time left on the timer? Computer, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Okay. Computer, set a timer for 7 minutes.
7 minutes, starting now.
Piss Baby says, this is already getting too confusing for me. Yeah, me too. Okay, so let's get right into it. If you want to look at our ingredients, what we have here, I'm going to remove the keyboard for now. 2 eggs. We're going to be separating the whites from the yolks. We've got this and a lemon. And we've got milk, just regular 2% vitamin D fortified milk, along with 3 tablespoons flour. I had a flour incident earlier, so I had to take it out of the bag and put it into a bowl. Also a little bit of table sugar and some simple baking powder. Don't use the baking soda unless I ask you to. We've got, for our tools, we've got a baby whisker, and then we've got a baby spatula, as well as the usual suspects, tablespoons. Somewhere I have cups, measuring cups, although I don't see them. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so with that out of the way, I think it's time. It's Kate X just posted a... Wow, you're amazing, It's Kate X. Thank you so much. Just posted a clip of me doing the John Prine song that was asked about. So that is very, very cool. Thank you, It's Kate X, for all that you do on the moderating front. Schneebs plays, can I use baking soda instead of baking powder? No, it's 2 very different things. Baking powder is a granulated form of baking powder, whereas baking soda is a carbonated beverage. Okay. And we also have here Dr. Love Wizard resubscribed for 3 months. Amazing. Okay. Gayfish69, Henry, I've been having problems with my skin. Can you refer me to any recipes that heal me? I don't know if recipes can heal your skin. I think that skin just sort of does what it does, and you just kind of have to deal with it. We're all sort of slaves to whatever our skin feels like doing at that time. So I don't. You could try to make foods that are less saturated with oil and fat. Maybe a carrot cake, but not because it would be better for your skin, but just because it would give you something to do while you've got bad skin problems. Okay. Bexy says, what about baby powder? No, baking powder. Or do you mean for Gayfish69's skin? I don't know. Okay, guys, we're getting way off here. Let's get back to work. We have here, I'm getting this from iamafoodblog.com, and they are a food blog, and this is Japanese fluffy souffle pancakes. And I'm going to read the intro. I made fluffy pancakes. I made fluffy Japanese pancakes! Exclamation point. Sorry for shouting, but I'm so fucking excited. I don't know why they do the language, you know, when you're just reading these sort of homemade blog type things. Sorry for shouting, but I'm so excited. Ever since the first time I laid eyes on those giggly, giant, fluffy Japanese pancakes, I've been obsessed. We may or may not have been to almost every fluffy pancake place in Tokyo because of my obsession. But the best part of going to the pancake places, aside from eating the pancakes, is that you get to watch them expertly shape, flip, and plate up serving after serving of fluffy goodness. It's nice to watch, but also kind of awkward because I'm sure the pancake peeps don't really want anyone staring at them. I would have major anxiety if people were watching me do my job day after day. Tell me about it. Heck, I was anxious making these pancakes in the safety of my own home in my joggers and sweatshirts. It's a good thing I was in comfy clothes because, okay, well, this is just going on forever. I don't know why these websites, the cooking websites, always start with a whole novel. Nella Wallen, this is from iamafoodblog.com. Bexay says, Henry, do you know how to speak any Japanese? The only thing I ever learned was oishi desu ne. Oishi desu ne, which I think means that was delicious. Because I wanted to learn something that was positive every time I went to a Japanese restaurant. But I'm probably pronouncing it terribly. I've never taken any classes. I guess you could say I'm self-taught in Japanese and only self-taught one sentence. Okay, so instructions. Number 1, okay, we're going to whisk the egg yolk with a tablespoon of sugar until pale and frothy. So I think I'm going to grab this bowl here. And we're going to whisk our egg yolk. We just want 1 egg yolk for this part with 1 tablespoon of sugar until it's pale and frothy. And then we're going to mix the milk in batches and sift in the flour and the baking powder over the yolk and whisk, making sure everything is incorporated. I think I'm going to have to use a bigger bowl for this, so hold on a second here. All right, we're getting right into it now. Just rearranging stuff here. I'm already out of counter space. It's not a good way to start. Okay, so first we want our egg yolk. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to separate Uh-oh, computer stop. Okay. We have to show an ad according to our commitment to Twitch. We've promised that we would show an ad once every hour, and that way they don't randomly show ads and people miss cooking stuff. So let's do that now. This would be a good time to go to the bathroom or do anything it is that you need to do. So without further ado, here's a 3-minute ad. And I hope nobody leaves. Just go to the bathroom, but join us again in 3 minutes. And by the way, if you're a subscriber, obviously, you won't have to watch an ad. Okay, so here we go. 3-minute ad. Okay. Caffeinated Cat says, Henry, have you used the Japanese pancake mix from the store? It's not too bad. No, I have not. I might have to try that. We've got here, What the Duck cheered 69 bits and says, hey, Henry, I just thought I'd let you know it's usually 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. for me when you start your stream. Interesting. So where would you be? Maybe Australia, I'm thinking. So I may be too tired to chat sometimes, but even though our time zones may be flipped upside down, oh, that's a clue. I think it is Australia. Just like your painting in the back. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I've got to fix that. Thanks, What the Duck. I've been here twice every week. Keep up the great cooking explaining. You've definitely got the technique. Yeah, let me fix this. Thank you for that, What the Duck. And Blurry Little Quest says Kairosa left his cubicle to go to the bathroom. Okay, good. That's what it's for. Well, as long as he's back in time. I hope he didn't go big bathroom. Quanto says, if I'm subscribed, can I still use the bathroom? No, unfortunately, that's one of the disadvantages of subscribing, is that you actually can't use the bathroom. So you kind of have to, I guess you have to weigh those pros and cons. Michael Scarn 39, I think the painting is supposed to be vertical, not horizontal. Oh, so you mean it's supposed to go, okay, maybe so. I think you're actually right about that. The only problem is now I'm going to be completely blocking it, but that's okay. It's not a very pretty painting anyway. Okay, let's see what we've got here. We've got another 1 minute of just meaningless, frivolous chat. Caffeinated Cat says, wait, does your mug say Christina? Yeah, I don't recall where I got this mug, but it does say Christina. I think it was a gift to someone named Christina, and then eventually they didn't like it, so they took it to the Goodwill, and that's where I eventually became a owner of a coffee mug that says Christina. Kairosa, I was always curious. Has anyone been far, really been far, even as decided to use, even go want to do look more like? Kairosa, I think so, if I'm not mistaken. Dazzlecat says, hey, Henry, if there was a cocktail named after you, what would be the ingredients? I would probably say a little bit of triple sec and bitters and vermouth and maybe a fine bourbon. Gayfish69 says, I think Kairosa is having a problem in the bathroom. Okay, well, I hope it's not too much of a problem because we've got work to do. Okay, here we go. Everybody's back. We're going to go back to our, we're going to take our egg yolk. So what we need to do here is we need to separate the egg yolk. So that's not going to be easy. I'm going to use this as the area where I'm going to put the egg white. And I'm going to cut, uh-oh, see, already it's not easy. Okay, I got a little bit of shell here. We're going to get rid of that shell. And it looks like I've created a little bit of a opening here that's big enough for egg white to come out, but not big enough for the yolk. So I've sort of trapped the yolk. And I actually wasn't intending on doing that. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but it actually sort of worked out really well. So you never know. A lot of things that happen in the kitchen are accidental. Many people don't realize that, oh no, now I'm getting the yolk in there, so fuck. I was sitting there talking and then so did I lose all my egg now? Okay, oh, we've got most of the yolk. So the question now is whether or not it matters that we have a little yolk in our white area. I know that we don't have a lot of white in the yolk area. So let's just sort of move forward in the recipe and see what's happening here. Whisk the egg yolk with 1 tablespoon of sugar until you're pale and frothy. So 1 tablespoon of sugar is like this. Whisk. Let's get our baby whisker. Whisk. I want to do everything exactly right. Whisk the egg yolk with 1 tablespoon of sugar until pale and frothy. So I'm going to have to rely on you guys to tell me if I look pale and frothy. I don't know. I guess I'm feeling kind of pale and frothy. So maybe that's it. Maybe I'm done. I'm not really sure. Okay, sift. Ow. My shoulder hurts now. Okay, so sift the flour and the baking powder over the yolk mixture and whisk well, making sure everything is incorporated. Okay. So we're going to sift the 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, which I have here. So there we go. And it also wants I'm going to stir that in. I probably should have used the small bowl. Okay. And then now we also are going to sift the flour, which is 3 tablespoons flour. That's exactly what I was trying not to do. Okay. Sift the flour and the baking powder over the yolk mixture and whisk well, making sure that everything is incorporated. So the word incorporated must mean something different from what I thought it was, which means that your business is a separate entity that has limited liability or something like that. But whatever. I don't know how this is going to work, but a lot of the recipes we've done here have been such that we don't really know how it's going to end up at the end, but it does. It always does come out perfect, I gotta say. We've got that issue now with the whisk taking up our stuff. I really hate that. If anybody, maybe that'll be a good question for Chef Reactions. How do you keep your whatever you're whisking from getting caught up in your whisker. Okay. Step 1 is done. Number 2, whip the egg whites. Okay, so the recipe asks for something called cream of tartar. Nobody's ever heard of that. I've heard of tartar sauce. So but there is a substitution option, which is, it says that you can have, hold on. Cream of tartar is a stabilizer that will help your egg whites whip up to their potential. Stable, fluffy egg whites are the key to successfully making souffle pancakes. If you don't have cream of tartar, you can sub in 1/2 of a teaspoon of lemon juice. That's what we're going to do. So let me get our lemon juice out here. I have a lemon. It's a brand new lemon. Let's go ahead and start by cutting the lemon in half. Okay. And now we're going to juice this. So in order to juice it, what you want to do is you want to squeeze. Wiki TBH. Hello, Wiki TBH. Did something. Let's see here. Cheered 100 bits. Stabilizer. I don't even know her. Exactly, right? Okay, so it's very difficult to squeeze these things. You might recall the song Squeeze the Limonos from my lemonade video. Oh wait, no, that was my Avgo Limono video. If you are having difficulty, well, for one thing, you don't want these pits in there. That's for sure. Not getting a lot of juice out there. You can grab something like this maybe and squash it down. Get more of the juice out like that. Anything will do. You can use the bottom of your sugar jar or whatever this thing is. You could just push down on it. Okay, so we're finally getting some juice out of that. I'm going to do it now with the other one. Boy, there's so many pits in this. Squeeze. And all we want is a 1/2 teaspoon. I think we probably have enough, I'm hoping. But where are all these pits coming from? My God. What in the fuck? It's too many. This is nonsense. I had no idea that lemons had that many pits. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done this whole recipe. Okay, and there's little baby ones in there. I can't do anything about that. Okay, so once again, this is going to be replacing our cream of tartar. We want 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. So whisk the egg whites with the 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. Well, now I need this thing. This is 1/2 teaspoon. So we're going to see if we have 1/2 teaspoon there. I think we do. I think that's 1/2 teaspoon. Okay. so let's go ahead now and grab our other egg. This is where we want to use the egg white. So we're going to try to get that yolk out of there. I'd say that worked okay. Now, we need this. So this time I'm going to do the reverse of what I did last time. I'm going to put the white in here and then get rid of the yolk. There's also the toss method, and I'd forgotten about it, where you toss the yolk like that. Yeah, there you go. That's what we're doing. Jeez. Okay, and I think that's probably going to be good. Now we have another egg yolk here so far that's unaccounted for. So let's remember that. All right, I need to rinse my hands here. What we want to do now is it looks like we want to whip these into shape until frothy and pale. Again, adding in the sugar a bit at a time until the whites are whipped into a glossy, thick meringue that holds a peak. Be careful not to over whip. Wow. Okay, so how much sugar now? 1 tablespoon of sugar, so we're going to use the remainder. So 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. So, but I think that we can do that. Okay, so we're going to whip it into a frenzy here until we're pale and frothy. I'm definitely a little pale just going into the lesson today because I usually start every morning by drinking so much coffee that I feel a little bit nauseous. Kind of like I want to throw up. And that's how I like to start my morning. Okay, I'd say that's pretty good. And then it wants another 1/2 tablespoon. Now, of course, there's no such thing as a 1/2 tablespoon measuring spoon. So we just have to guesstimate. I went ahead and erred on the underside because I think that's a lot of sugar. Computer, what's the worst that can happen if you eat too much sugar?
According to Mayo Clinic, too much added sugar of all kinds can contribute unwanted calories that are linked to health problems, such as weight gain, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, tooth decay, and high triglyceride levels, as well as increase your risk of heart disease.
Okay, so it's not as bad as I thought. Okay, pale and frothy. So we're going to take 1/3 of our whipped egg whites. We're going to whisk it into the bowl with the yolks until it's completely incorporated. So I'm going to have you guys help me with this. I want about 1/3 of this. So tell me when. Okay, Fran says when. Okay. I don't know how it's even possible that we're going to do this. Are we just making one pancake? Okay. Add 1/2 of the remaining whites and whisk into the yolk batter, being careful not to deflate. What? Take 1/3 of the whipped egg whites, which we did, whisk it into the bowl with the yolks till incorporated, which we did. Add 1/2 of the remaining whites and whisk into the yolk batter, being careful not to deflate. Transfer the egg yolk mixture to the remaining egg whites. Whisk to fold together. So I guess we're going to take this one here and fold it into this. What do they mean fold? You can't fold food. You could fold a bread maybe, but you can't fold this. And then this whisker is a problem because it's collecting all of our stuff. Maybe I'll use this. We're losing a lot of our stuff that we had in the bowl here. Okay. Transfer to the egg whites. Okay, I think I'm finally kind of seeing where they're going with this. And I know you guys have questions. Michael Scarn39 says someone should make a flat kitchen device to scrape stuff. Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? Piss Baby says, am I supposed to feel slightly perturbed and uncomfortable while making this recipe? Is that generally part of the whole cooking situation? Yeah, you want to feel just a little bit off-put when you're in the kitchen. You want to be on your toes. You never want to get too comfortable in there. It's when you start getting comfortable, that's when bad things happen. You burn yourself. Hank Boozle just resubscribed for 5 months. Thanks, Hank Boozle. Wiki TBH cheered 100 bits. And Hank Boozle says, let's celebrate with some flarfy pancakes. Yeah, let's do, indeed. I think we're ready for our next order of business here. Heat up a large nonstick frying pan, finally, over low heat. So I have my infrared stove. So I'm going to start taking stuff. Did we use the milk? How do I not remember using any milk? Like, no, we didn't use any milk. I think we have to put milk in there now. Nah, this isn't even opened. We want, in our first bowl, we want 2 tablespoons of milk. I was trying to do everything right here, and it looks like I have not. So I'm gonna have to do a little more whisking. Did I just botch this whole thing up? Maybe I'll add a little bit more flour, actually. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I tried to do everything exactly right, and then I forgot to put the fucking milk. So sorry about the language, but there's things that happen in the kitchen that are just beyond the type of suffering that anybody's ever experienced, I think. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. And all of this stuff we'll put in here. I feel like I have to add a little bit of everything. I think I have to put more baking powder. And I don't know. Should I also add more yolk? It feels like we have a totally different consistency now than we had before. Okay, Let's bring in our infrared stove, which is going to have medium heat. I usually do, for medium, I do about halfway. And Blurry Little Quest says, is there any way we could just give up on this and make normal pancakes? I wish. I really wish. But Blurry Little Quest, I think, unfortunately, that's kind of what I think is about to happen. We're trying to make these fluffy ones, but I might have messed up a key thing. You're supposed to have these two separate bowls, one with the egg whites, one with the egg yolks. In the original bowl with the egg yolks, you're supposed to pour the milk. I didn't do that. I waited until I combined both bowls and then added the milk afterward. It doesn't sound like it would make a difference, but I guess it could. So we'll see what happens. All right. JB Modman, we'll see what happens. Your pancakes might be better than the original ones. Nobody tried that. Yeah. And that's what I was trying to say earlier, is that a lot of great discoveries happen by accident. Viagra, famously, they were trying to develop a cure for testicular cancer. But when the research company in Sweden, I believe, were doing their clinical trials, they noticed that when the nurses were examining the subject's testicles, that they were becoming aroused, and they decided, well, maybe this is more of a useful product than curing cancer, and they wound up marketing it differently as a male enhancement drug. Cloud Puffer says the lesson here is know that you're full of rotten egg when you're done eating it. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to get some oil here because we don't want anything to stick. Even though I do have a no-stick pan, but remember, you always want to, if you want a tablespoon, you want to take the cap full. Pour it over. And do a little something like this. Get it all over the place. This is probably a bad idea because it's so hot, but oh well. Wouldn't be the first bad idea we had today. Okay. Now, our next step. Heat up a large nonstick frying pan, done. Low heat. Oh, sorry, it's supposed to be low heat. And very lightly brush oil. You want a very light rim. Use an ice cream scoop or a measuring cup. We have a measuring cups. We'll use this measuring cup to scoop the batter onto the pan. Unless you have a very large pan with a lid, it's probably best to make these about 2 or even 1 to a pan. Scoop the batter onto the pan, cover and cook for 4 to 5 minutes. If you have a crepe maker or a griddle with a lid that will cover the entire thing without touching the pancakes, use that on the lowest setting. Okay, it's a lot of verbiage. But I think what they're saying is just basically scoop the batter. We've done this before. Well, maybe we'll make a small one here. I don't know what we're doing. Okay, let's just put the cover on here. Computer, set timer for 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
4 minutes and 30 seconds, starting now.
Hey, I got a great idea. Why don't we play the memory game developed by Mark Cohen, who's our resident video game developer here at Henry's Kitchen. This could be a fun way that we can sort of kill the time while we're waiting. We played it last time, and I was extremely good at it. And so we're going to get everything ready here. Hold on a second. I want to make sure that you can hear and see what's going on here. Okay, you can see me, and you see a screen here, and everything's... Kurt Cocaine says, just adapt and make French crepes instead. Yeah, I think that might be what we're doing. Okay, everybody, so we're going to go ahead and play this game here. It's a memory game. Everyone type force and says, I can't remember this memory game. Is it new? No, we just played it last time. Naxhella says, I prefer walking games over run games. Yeah, we did a run game before, but this one here, okay. We've got the opening screen here. And here we go.
Jacko Pizza.
Okay, so Jacko Pizza.
Jacko Pizza.
My job is to repeat.
Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza.
It starts out easy, but it gets
Jacko
hard.
Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Sagpalak. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Sagpalak.
These are all Henry's Kitchen meals.
Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Sagpalak. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Sagpalak. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Sagpalak. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Sagpalak. Jacko Pizza. Jacko
So far,
Pizza.
it's all just Jacko Pizza except
Jacko
for one
Pizza.
Sagpalak.
Jacko Pizza. Sagpalak. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Falafel.
Jacko Pizza.
Jacko Pizza. Sagpalak. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Falafel.
Okay, we're killing it.
Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Sagpalak. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Falafel. Amaret. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Sagpalak. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Falafel. Amaret. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza.
Everybody quiet down. I can't
Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza.
concentrate.
Falafel. Amaret. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Falafel.
No. I didn't want to hit falafel.
Sagpalak. Jacko Pizza. Jacko Pizza. Falafel. Amaret.
You know what? I Computer, how much time left?
You have 40 seconds left on your
Okay.
4 minute and 30
All right.
second timer.
We're going to do more of the game as a time killer. I think that playing games is a great idea when you are waiting for things to happen in the kitchen. But for now, I think we'll put away the game. But I want to thank Mark Cohen for developing that awesome Henry's Kitchen branded memory game. It's a little bit like the game Simon that I grew up with, but I think that's okay. It's kind of like Candy Crush is basically Bejeweled. It's okay to steal in 2024. You can steal intellectual property. Computer, stop. And okay, well, I don't know. Are we going to see what we've got here? I'm going to get a plate. And I hope this is good. I really do. I'm not really in the mood to have a bad situation today. I've got my slotted spatula. It's I'm kind of afraid here. Well, that's weird. It looks the same as what we had before. Oh, I see. It's not by any means the same. It's kind of foamy, but it works. Okay, let's go ahead and put on the rest of our batter here. Computer, set timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes, starting now.
Okay, we've just got an amazing submission here. Borsenvin gifted 20 Tier 1 subs. Borsenvin, that's extremely generous of you, and this channel would be lost without you and a couple others. It's very kind of you to support the channel like you have. So there are 20 more subscribers now. We're at 507 subscribers. So, and the reason that we are above the 500 threshold is because of Borsenvin. So thank you, Borsenvin, for all that you do. That's very kind of you. Very kind gesture. As a matter of fact, while we're waiting for this, why don't we run through the thank you song? And I want to remind everybody how excited I am to have finally booked a show in Chicago, in the suburbs of Chicago, Naperville, a place called Danny's Pub. You can see the link to get tickets on henryphillips.com/tour, as well as the Park City show that's coming up too in August. But September 21st is the Chicago area show. I don't like to play right in the city. I like to play on the outskirts. It's a lot more fun. Let's get some reverb going. Check 1, 2. Check. Help. Help. Z Chronic, when are you coming to Boston? Bad news, I won't be going to Boston, but the good news is I will be playing in Fairfield, Connecticut in October. So hopefully that's not too far. Is there a train that's going to take you to Fairfield, Connecticut? We haven't landed on a date yet, but that's going to happen in October. So hopefully you'll be able to make that. Piss Baby says, I was born in Fairfield. Wow, that's awesome. Piss Baby says Ohio, though. Oh, okay. Caffeinated Cat says, The Office will certainly come out for a Los Angeles show. Oh, yeah. Well, Los Angeles, I should be doing a show. Let's see if there's a venue. There should be at some point. I'm way overdue. I think the last one that I did was about 1.5 years ago. So let's do that. Okay. Wumdingers, unfortunately nothing in Colorado now, but you might have to go to Park City, Utah. I'm sorry. Being a Henry's Kitchen / Henry Phillips fan, unfortunately, is hard work. It requires air travel, long distance driving, hotels, sometimes overpriced because there's an eclipse or an aurora borealis. But either way, it's a lot of work being a Henry's Kitchen fan. Kitchen Hat is right. Using ain't easy. Yep. Parasitosis. LMAO, I just got an email. I got a pay increase out of nowhere. Hell yeah. Well, that's great. Use that for air travel to a Henry's Kitchen, Henry Phillips gig. Calicus says, I'd come and see you anywhere in Europe. Yeah, hopefully I will. Hopefully that includes the UK because that's probably the most likely. Also, can I ask, are there any Australians out there watching right now? Because I do have an opportunity to perform in Melbourne. So if you're in Australia, let me know. If there's only one of you, oh, everyone type Forsen brings up a good point. They're all asleep. Computer, stop. Oh boy, I talked throughout the whole time that was supposed to be the song. I'm going to do the song, but we got to get our stuff off of. Hold on. Hank Boozle says, Henry, do you believe in northeastern U.S. states that aren't Illinois? I don't believe what I can't see, and I've never seen Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, or Rhode Island. So, I mean, the map says that they're there, but the map also says that the world is a globe, so... GSBX fan says, I am so glad you're coming back to Illinois. Just realized. Awesome. Yeah, come on down and join us. Kairosa, Philadelphia. No, I think that would still be in the Connecticut category, unfortunately. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. I'm afraid to open this thing, but we got to do the work. Shrug Shrugsley says, the map barely says they're there. I don't remember the last time I looked at a map and even noticed them. Poof. Yeah, you're right. Fat Hunger says, watch out for the drop bears in Melbourne. Ooh. Cave Rose Toy, come to New Jersey. Yeah, again, Connecticut is probably the closest thing. I know I'd like to do more, but people aren't really banging down my door trying to get me to perform in their establishment. Okay. Oh, and I want to do Toronto also. That's another one on the list. Okay. Okay, so we have something. I don't know if it's exactly what they have in the picture, but I'm going to turn this off. We're going to do our song. I don't know if maybe these are supposed to puff up over the next coming minutes, but we'll see. Let's take a look at the picture that we were going for here. Yeah, those have sort of a fluffy thing. Well, maybe it's because we didn't put sugar over top. Ours just look pretty much like eggs. Let me just see if there's more instructions here. Remove the lid. Oh, wait a second. There's more instructions. We were supposed to put more batter on top. I think these are supposed to be more or less on top of each other or something, like maybe more like that. Remember to always wash your hands after you touch other people's food. It's basically sugary pancakes. Not pancakes, it's eggs. It's sugary eggs. Once the pancakes are golden and cooked through, remove and serve on a plate with powdered sugar, butter, whipped cream, and maybe some maple syrup. Well, I can do whipped cream. Let's do that. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, it's way too hot to eat now. So let's go ahead and run through our song. Computer, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Okay. Mochi's Nirvana, is there no flipping of the pancake? Now, I didn't say to do that. Oh, I want to say Robert blah, 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 blah has subscribed. Thank you very much, Rob blah, blah, blah. Okay. This was a disaster, this food situation, but we did some John Prine songs, and that was good. And I got a chance to announce to you that I'll be playing in Chicago as well as Park City in the coming months. And I think it's time to go ahead and do our thank you song here. Why don't we do a John Prine melody for our thank you song? I'm kind of liking this idea of doing the thank you song to the tune of whatever theme song that we started out with. This is to the tune of Souvenirs by John Prine. This is a thank you to all of the users, including the big famous users that gave us a lot of visibility in the early days and built an audience for us, but also the moderators, technical advisors, the friends, the users in general, folks that run the Discord. Fall can dingo bop and dom beef, hot bear 11110, do dingle dog goggle Dr. Flanges, Baku Shane yes Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana it's Kate Kairosa, Daisy Blossom and Sir Doom, Bumble Vision, the LGX Pilskman, Melon 95 and Nim, Force and Moon XQC, Emaru S-Fend and Bonnie. Don't forget Quanto, Mochi's Nirvana Dazzle Cat, Blurry Little Quest and Boris and Vin. Archmage Kale, Mochi's Nirvana, Sickly Boy High 134 Chi Essenitas, Moe Melody Lake _ Sexy Daddy 420, Piss Baby Purple Donut filling his fruit, Saguaro Ooze Odd Bane and Toke My Nuts, Game Master Flask Ransom GR, Icy J Frog, Freezy Frog, Pancake King 2, Cat Food Taste Tester Passion Error, Everyone Type Force and Nova Glarian, Tankard and Borson Vanilla with JV's Tech, Clap Your Head Gary Busey, ASMR Zodiac Tone Beelzebub, and Lips One Computer Fart for Me. Burrito 55555, Computer Help Maros _ Nella Wallen JSBX Fan, Midnight Faded Michael Bublé 4422. Don't forget Bill Larkin Music, Chef Reactions the Toily. But most of all, we never must forget the one that they call Quanto. Okay, thanks everybody. All right, well, time to try these fluffy Japanese souffle pancakes. I don't know. I have a feeling these are probably going to be pretty good. If you want to see what they look like in the picture, and this isn't really a fair comparison because theirs obviously is probably AI, to be honest with you. I think they used AI because ours, we did everything right and we didn't get that fluffiness. This is what we got. So let's take a bite here. You know, it's not bad. Yeah, I think it works. It's kind of like a dessert item, I think, more than anything. It's not gross, Cloud Puffer. Borsenvin's right. Hungry doesn't mind. You are absolutely right about that, and I'm starved. Friend Schubert just resubscribed for 25 months and says foods is supposed to taste good, not to look good. You're absolutely right. And that's where these people who made the original recipe screwed up. Theirs looks good, but ours does not. So usually that means it's healthy, but in this case it's actually probably very unhealthy and very tasty. But, you know, I don't know what I'm eating, really. It's weird. Flour and eggs with sugar in them. Dark Ages just resubscribed for 16 months. Thank you so much, Dark Ages. JB Modman says, does it taste like a kind of cake? Yeah, it does. It basically tastes like I'm eating cake. Borsenvin says, theirs looks decadent even. I like Henry's simplicity. Thank you. Yeah, mine's a little bit more nuanced. Tontino Oficial says, you can't taste looks unless it's your girlfriend. Interesting. I never knew that. Shrugsley, would you put syrup on it? Or is that the sweet threshold? Yeah, no, I don't want to put syrup on this on top of all the other sugar that we put in here. That would be too much. So I think I'm okay eating more. Berta Bordeaux says, tastes like a cake made in a pan, maybe? Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit of a pancake sort of a texture to it. I always thought that was a funny name, Pancake. Like, where did they come up with that term? Oh, reverb is on. Check one. Thank you very much, Clouding Your Skies. All right, everybody. Well, we conquered, we fought, we cooked, we came. And I think it's time for us to conclude for the day. And I want to wish everybody a happy rest of the week. I hope to see you on Sunday at noon Pacific time so that we can do another dish. Brita Bordeaux, I would call that a great success. And yeah, this was a success. It tasted like a cake made in a pan, and we set out to make pancakes. We just sort of missed on the fluffy part, but I think we got the Japanese, and we don't really have the souffle part either. So we're about 50%. I think we scored like a 5 out of 10 on this one, which is plenty good for me, for my standards. So thanks, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I hope that you just in general feel good. And yeah, Borsenvin's right. It didn't souffle. And I don't even know what souffle really means. Thanks, Caffeinated Kath. Hope you and all the co-workers are doing well. Beelzebub, thank you very much. Thank you, Fat Honger. Good to see you. JSBX fan, yeah. Can't wait to see you in Naperville, Illinois, September 21st. It's going to be a fun time at Danny's Pub. We're going to bring out as many users as we can, and some others too. So, Gayfish69 says, be safe, beautiful people. Yes, let's stay safe out there. Always good to see you. Thanks, Clouding Your Skies. Thanks, Borsenven. Mochi's Nirvana, thank you very much. Big love right back to you. And let's enjoy the rest of our week. And I hope to see you on Sunday at noon. Thanks, everybody.